The Lovell Beach House was a key work of architecture that paved the way of future architecture and design. It was built in 1926 and designed by architect Rudolf Schindler. Schindler's work under Frank Lloyd Wright had a major impact on Schindler's style, as Wright was the father of the prairie home, which provided emphasis on horizontal planes rather than vertical. The Lovell Beach House displayed this aspect through use of levels that stretched more horizontally than vertically. Similarly, Adolf Loos's Raumplan showed a great influence on Schindler's Lovell Beach House as seen through the plans and sections. Raumplan is a method based on the use of discrete rooms and a dynamic section, as columns play a key role in defining subspaces with greater depth. Schindler incorporated his style, as he defined as space architecture, as shown through the designs that connected the interior and exterior spaces. In the Lovell Beach House, windows were a key feature that occupied the entirety of a wall, allowing the interior space to be meshed with the exterior that showed the beach. The windows were complexly shaped. They were bays of larger windows surrounded by shorter windows. The difference between the windows designs allowed for a lack of modularity. The windows positioned towards the ocean also contributed to the central theme that was intended for the client, Dr. Lovell. As stated in Dr. Lovell's article in the LA Times column, he mentioned the idea of a health house that can provide a special balance between a healthy lifestyle and a good environment. Schindler incorporated the health house idea in the Lovell Beach House. Initially, the sleeping porch on the second floor was designed to be a terrace open to the sky. However, the climate pushed Schindler to enclose the space with windows, or else the beach's fog would allow for undesired moisture. As mentioned before, in the interior of the beach house, Schindler meshes together different spaces into one. To quote Schindler, he states that the interrelations of the interior spaces reveal a new, until then, unknown transparency. You can see that the hallway space of the bedroom is joined together with the living space, that is, a floor below it. The details on the ceiling, made from concrete and wood, show elements of modularity through repetition. In the front of the Lovell Beach House, viewers are able to gauge that the house is mostly symmetrical. However, the difference between the steepness of the two outdoor staircases and the extruded space allows for breaks in the lines of symmetry. The pillars among the bottoms of the Lovell Beach House were inspired by pile structures seen at the beach. These pillars raise the living spaces above the floor in order to allow for a better view and a safety net if the ocean were to flood the space below. Using their reinforced concrete, the 5 concrete frames were poured upright in order to raise the spaces above it and reinforce the structure of the house. Initially, the Lovell Beach House site was directly on the sand of the beach with an oceanic overlook, hence why the windows were oriented towards the beach and why the house was so elevated. However, as society began to grow, the Lovell Beach House now sits in a suburban neighborhood with decent proximity to beachfront.